been a step too far. Besides, he wanted Royce to be the one to slide it on his ring finger. What the hell was Royce waiting for? Surely not Valentine's Day. Royce loathed it with the intensity of 1,000 suns. When Sawyer had joked their special night out was perilously close to the fake holiday, Royce had scoffed and said their special night was just because. Royce was waiting for a moment that felt right to him, and Sawyer wouldn't do anything to ruin it, even if he did sometimes want to shout, "Ask me already." "It's only been 6 hours since we booked Davis Dingbat for the double homicide, so I'd say we just left," Royce said, cutting into Sawyer's thoughts. "And now one of us has to write up the report." Sawyer snorted. "David Dingby? One of these days you're going to screw up and use one of your nicknames in front of the press." Then the rest of what Royce said penetrated Sawyer's sluggish brain, and he narrowed his eyes. Maybe he should take a few sips of Royce's potent brew. Royce carried on, either ignoring or not noticing Sawyer's ire. "The idiot practically left a trail of breadcrumbs from the crime scene to his front door. It's clear this guy hasn't watched a single episode of Dateline. I think the press would agree with my nickname." "Well," Sawyer said, "since the case was an easy one to solve, it shouldn't take you long to write up the report. It is what we agreed to this morning before I straddled your face and took your dick in my mouth. First to come had to write the report. You shot first, so you have to do the honors. Remember?" Royce shook his head. "I only recall your mouth on my cock. I've blocked out everything before the blowjob, and I blacked out afterward." Royce cupped Sawyer's face, stroking a thumb over his lips. "Your mouth is really something, GB." Only Royce could take a moniker he hated, Golden Boy, and turn it into an endearing nickname. His voice was really something. Sawyer nipped Royce's thumb, and he sucked in a sharp breath and pulled it free. "And I'm sorry our weekend plans got wrecked," Royce said. Sawyer nestled into the warmth of Royce's touch. Delayed, not wrecked. Though he was reluctant to break the tender moment between them, their fellow officers in the Major Crimes Unit were starting to arrive for work. Monday mornings meant all hands on deck for weekly debriefings, unless you were working under deep cover or pursuing a lead in an active investigation. "We better get in there before all the good pastries are gone." Royce caressed Sawyer's lips once more, making it clear what he wanted to devour. "There are no such things as bad pastries." Sawyer would have sucked Royce's thumb into his mouth, if not for Holly making a beeline for their vehicle. Her long dark hair was pulled back from her face in a ponytail that bounced as she walked, and fire burned in her gaze. "Uh-oh," Sawyer said. "Halls is heading our way, and she looks pissed." "Wasn't me," Royce replied, sounding like his godsons Mark and Daniel. He unbuckled his seatbelt and turned to look out his window. "Nah, that's just determination." Royce opened the door and stepped outside just as Holly reached them. The pair had been thick as thieves since elementary school, and their bond had never wavered. Royce might have known her longer, but Sawyer didn't need a degree in Hollyology to recognize the difference between anger and determination. Sawyer quickly followed Royce out of the vehicle so he didn't miss a second of the battle. The chilly morning air had Sawyer reaching for the zipper on the form-fitting motorcycle jacket he'd borrowed from Royce. His partner in crime zipped the bomber jacket he'd snagged from Sawyer's closet. He couldn't wait to get it back because the sandalwood, amber, and vanilla from Royce's soap would linger in the flannel lining for a long time. "And how's my favorite bridezilla?" Royce asked. Damn, the man was always poking one bear or another. "Fuck you, Ro. Your brother is Groomzilla, while I'm a paragon of patience and perfection." Royce snorted and looked at Sawyer. "My bad," he said. "Holly is good and pissed." "Yes, Holly is," she agreed.